Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for clicking the video. It means a lot to you guys keep clicking. If you guys keep clicking, I'll keep making. And today we're doing our power ranking. It's the double boot episode. One of my least favorite things to happen in this new era. The idea of doing kind of like this twist that started in Fiji, right? The first season in Fiji, season 14, where they split the merged tribe up back into two groups. To me, you're taking a step back. You're going from pre-merge to post-merge and then back to pre-merge and then back to post-merge. To me, that's not how you're supposed to play the post-merge. What do you guys think of them splitting up the tribes here? At least we think, and doing that.
I mean, I don't like it. Well, it's maybe just because they've done it every single season. I just want something new. So
yep.
I don't
Agreed.
like it.
I feel like there's a lot of things that you could keep from the seasons, but to me, behind the hourglass and do or die, this is like the third one for me, like the third most important thing to axe out, maybe even in front of do or die. I hate this. You're wasting 2 rounds of the post merge and making them boring pre-merge votes. I understand that that there's drama involved and it can lead to some crazy like small number complicated votes, but you're wasting 2 precious post-merge boots, and I think those are some of the most important votes in the entire season as far as entertainment value goes. You also now have to tank the edit of the people who go home in this episode in order for us not to really care about them. It's just very, very frustrating. Bitter, what do you think of this split thing?
It's actually one of the few that doesn't twists that doesn't bother me. I'm fine with it. It does, I think, open up for when there's a Pagonging going on for a chance for some new dynamics.
But that doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen because there hasn't really been a Pagonging really.
So right. That's the idea. So there's no need for it nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, it does open up a chance for someone to make a move if they're say Sammy last week could have made that move this week.
I think in this new era, the game is fluid enough and there's no Pagonging. So if you're good enough to make a move, you can make it. You have people to flip. You just have to be good enough.
No, I agree. I agree. It's not necessary. I just don't mind it really.
I disagree. I feel like it is a pretty bad thing. What do you guys think of this season so far? I mean, we're getting into the post merge now, so we're pretty deep. I mean, we're 2 episodes in, 3 if you count that earn the merge episode. I'm not gonna lie. So far, the post merge has been kind of underwhelming. I'm not trying to complain because obviously that first merge episode was one of the better merge episodes that we've ever seen. But these past 2 episodes have been pretty filler. I really hope things start to kick up with this episode, or at least next episode. Do you want to get into power ranking? So we have 1 through 10, unlike some other power ranking podcasts or have Survivor Specialists. We go from worst to best, from 10th to 1st, from players who are going to go soon, who can't win, who are in danger, to people who are gonna win, can win a jury vote, or our goats are gonna get far in the game. So my 10 starting out is Ryan. Ryan's going to be my last place for a while. He's just not a good player. You can make a hot take argument for him, but to me, he's just not playing the game as hard as anybody else on the season. There's a clear gap between everybody else's game that they're playing and then Ryan. And to me, that gap is pretty. Well, I feel like it's not a very hot take. I don't know. But yeah.
A little bit of racism behind that comment, maybe.
Yes.
Thanks, guy. I didn't want to say it, but thank you.
Fully racially motivated, of course. But I think the biggest issue is just the fact that he's not playing the game as hard as everyone else. And he's not in a fantastic spot where he can afford to not play the game, and that's the biggest issue for me.
I think he's playing it. I think he's playing it hard, just not he's not playing right.
I disagree.
He's playing a mix of Rupert strategy from
but that's not 7. Playing hard in this era.
I mean, fishing's hard. It's just he's putting his efforts in the wrong wrong categories.
No,
right?
No. Sky, go ahead.
All right. Well, yeah, I agree actually though, because he's my 10. But when I say it, it's not racist.
I mean, he's my 10 too. I'm just saying,
bro.
He's trying.
I'm gonna argue and then say it's your 10, bro.
It's like
yes,
just because someone can't climb a wall, right, doesn't mean they're not trying to climb the wall. They're just really bad.
That makes no sense.
That makes 0 sense.
Well, you're putting in all the effort. It's just not doing what you want.
He's fishing and not talking to anybody.
That's bad gameplay.
No, but he thinks in his head providing food is a
Oh
good
my
strategy,
god, bitter.
which
So then
means
he
he's
thinks
putting
he's
effort
trying,
in.
but okay, fine. So then he thinks he's trying, but he actually isn't.
No, he's trying. He's just
Oh my
it's just
god. But
not the
you just
right.
said he thinks in his head he's trying.
No, it's just
So
it's a wrong strategy. He's implementing a
No, he is
strategy. It's
definitely
just the
trying. He's
wrong
just not
strategy.
doing good at.
he's
like,
not doing anything.
The willingness is there. It's just like the tools and things
No,
that
no.
he's using are
No,
not
no.
working.
It's in his head is there, but he's not doing anything. Point. Period.
Yeah.
That's it.
He's doing things.
Why are we
He's
arguing? We all have been 10. There's no reason.
Yeah,
why we should-
I
No,
don't- bitter.
I'm
I
just
don't
saying
understand.
there's a difference between just sitting there being lazy and doing nothing.
He's not
And you're
lazy
just like-
physically, but the game that you're playing, he is not playing the game too. There's a huge gap between him playing the game and everybody else.
No. I agree. Strategy wise, he's really bad, but he's trying strategy just very badly. But he's trying really hard.
He's not talking to anybody.
He talked. No, he did. He talked.
Have you
didn't he
seen
talk
the
to
show
everybody?
that
He
we're
just talked to him for
watching?
like 5 minutes and then left.
All right, bitter. I'm gonna just hold you here, right? let's just move on to number
I just want to
9.
defend Ryan's effort. He's putting in effort. It's just his effort.
No,
isn't
he's
working.
not. He's catching fish. Yes, he's catching fish. He's not playing the game of Survivor. I'm sorry. He's just not playing it as hard as every other person.
Hey, you got to survive on Survivor.
I don't know.
Right. True. Yeah. Number 9, I have Noelle. I think she gets crossed at the Dwight vote, and she does survive this one, but I feel like this was kind of a filler boot. And with her being, I believe, in that bottom 4, right?
Yeah.
She's in the bottom 4. Yeah. So I feel like she's in the minority alliance. Her ally in Dwight is gone. Jesse and Cody may keep her, but they're just going to use her. I feel like she's not in a good spot here. I think the only thing that she has going for her is her edit, and therefore, her jury chances. But I think as far as getting through the game, I could not see her getting 3 more rounds farther, to be honest.
Nice. All right. Okay. I agree. I got Noelle at 9 as well.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty. Like, she's basically one of the bottom, like, ever since the merge, right? So not a good position.
Yep. Bitter.
All right, I got Gabler at 9. His edit came on. Okay, whatever. He came on really hard, at the merge. We thought you might have some kind of winning upside in him, but he's kind of fallen off a little bit after that.
Yeah.
And I think he's back to that. I'm the GOAT. Just use me as a number role. With some, maybe some funny moments.
I feel like a jury won't respect it. And honestly, he's better off just just playing like full GOAT, because then maybe he gets to the end with two people who the jury hates. Whereas in he's doing these crazy big moves that are like making people mad, and then he's not doing anything. It's like the worst case scenario. I think his only chance was going to be to get there with Janine and like maybe Ryan. But now that Janine's gone, I think his best shot here would be him, Cassidy, and Ryan. And even then, I think Cassidy could probably beat him here, to be honest.
It really depends. I mean, it could come down to him and some other GOAT, and then one person everyone just hates but played really well. So,
well, I mean, the GOAT is Ryan, so it's him and Ryan, and then who's the person that everyone hates? It's
I'm
not
saying,
Cody.
I'll say Sammy becomes really
Jesse,
off-putting and how he gets there.
No,
or Jesse.
no,
I'm just saying possibly.
Jesse. Yeah, Jesse.
I can see
me,
Jesse. Yeah,
because he's made two moves already. He's pissed people off. I think if Jesse got there, maybe. But even then, I feel like nowadays juries will at least give it to somebody who tried playing the game. It's very rare that you see the jury be like, "Well, you did nothing, so here's $1 million." Like it almost never happens.
I mean, Gabler technically was doing a good game, right? He took out his big target, made a big move, and it went really under the radar again.
And then he's done nothing, like absolutely zilch, not a scratch, like
yeah. As an audience, we know he's not actually cooking something up again. So like a real strategist would have made that move, went under the radar, and comes back and then hits again with another big move.
Right.
But he's not going to be doing that, I don't think.
Agreed. Number 8, I have Cassidy. To me, Cassidy, again, she's always kind of been in this merge boot spot. Her edit just does not have enough there. There's not enough there for her to be really built up as a long-term character. I think like none of us really feel in our heart like, oh, that's like she's going to be in the finale. She could be there, and it would not be shocking. But her edit, to me, I'm not sold on it at all. I also think her spot in the game is mediocre at best. I think on her tribe, Carla and James are in better spots strategically, and her best shot's just to go under the radar and then beat like 2 guys at the end. But even then, I feel like that's her only shot.
That's I agree.
Yeah, I got to rate too. Cool. She was stupid this last episode and made an emotional decision and voted against everyone else for like no reason at all, even though she knew that everyone was voting for Janine. She just
goofy ass
because she was so misogynistic and racist. She just had
racism
for Ryan. The good players most of the time don't just let a personal bug make them vote the way they do.
True.
She knew everyone was voting for Virginia, and she just didn't do it. That's really dumb. And I don't think she's gonna be looked at as a good player if she even makes it far to the end. I could see her being in the finale, But what are you doing? But I still don't think that she's really gonna win anything meaningful.
Agreed. Bitter, I'm guessing you also have her.
I do have her at 8, but I think we should all take a moment to call out all the other podcasts for not calling out Cassidy for her racism in the game. That's just not right. They have all that privilege, that big platform. They should be calling her out.
Yes,
thank you.
You need to be holding people accountable. You need to be canceling her immediately. Thank you very much. Okay. Anyways, so number 7, I have Gabler. We kind of already talked about him, so I really won't waste any time. But again, just playing very passive right now. His edit is there, but it's been like it's given him like that Bozo edit. Yeah, Dodo or Bozo, whatever. Edit at times, and that's never good for a winner. Usually your winner's never shown as just an absolute brick, and that's kind of what Gabler has been shown.
Except for like Fabio, right?
Yeah, exactly. But again, like the vast majority of winners are not shown just being an absolute brick, and I think Gabler really has. Sky, you're 7.
My 7 is the Mike Gabler. He's just kind of like a wild card. I could see him in the final 3. I could see him being voted out next episode. So,
big W. Bitter.
All right, so at 7, I got James, which might be, I guess, controversial a little bit.
Wow. Yeah.
So far, we've only seen. So things worked for him pre-merge, but everything post-merge has not really gone his way. This went his way this last vote, but it wasn't like he was very much in control of why it happened. He was more of a bystander, and it was really Cody and Jesse who controlled this vote. And you see James calling out Owen, and Owen immediately picking up that's terrible gameplay by him, and he was lying. And then
I feel like I disagree. I feel like he came into the merge in a tough spot and has made his spot better. Now, the downside with him and the reason why he's not as high on the list as he could be is he has such good blindside. What's the word? I guess like potential, right? But I think if you're talking about spot in the game, he came in not so great. He sniffed out the BS with Ellie in the first round, made a fantastic decision to trust Gabler and Sammy that Ellie was in fact a backstabber. And since then, he's been able to work with Baka to get out both Vessi members and also like Janine, who isn't really belonging to a tribe. It's very, very good. I think what him and Carla have done in taking their position that started out pretty poorly, where both tribes were just going to basically vote them out. And they've kind of sniffed out the BS and worked with Baka. And by Baka, I really just mean Sammy, Owen, and Gabler at the right spots. They're both also in this majority alliance. To me, I think I just disagree. I think this is way too low for James, and I'm guessing you have Carla Neer, so also too low for her.
I do agree with you with James. Like he survived and he was in a bad spot, and he did survive. I just don't see him making that many more rounds.
Agreed.
I think people consider him a threat.
But we've seen threats navigate through the game and not get blindsided. And if he does that, he has played one of the best games like so far.
I want to say he's been playing one of the best games.
How many people have played a better game who could actually beat him at the end?
Everyone has
Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy.
Okay, Owen.
Carla's have a very similar game.
Sure. Okay,
and she's under the radar more.
Fine. Sammy, Owen, Carla. Who else?
I would say Jesse and Cody. They've controlled the whole post-merge votes.
I feel like the jury's probably going to hate Jesse, to be honest.
Maybe, but I would say strategically they have a better argument for what, like, if they're like who controlled the game.
Realistically, Sammy beats him at the end, Carla does, and let's say Jesse and Cody do, even though we don't feel like Cody's really has long term. So that's 4 people. I feel like he's not at 7. He's at maybe 5-4, something like that to me.
Okay, yeah, and I would say like strategically maybe, but I'm talking about long-term aspects. I don't see it.
Agreed. I feel like he has that blindside potential, and that's what's scary about him is he's being built up, and that's almost never good. You want your winner edit to be kind of just constant throughout the season. They're a constant force. That's why a lot of the time you see the winner is the quote unquote normal person, like among crazy people like Aris. You know, I feel like the fact he's getting built up is not very good for his long-term edit.
Yeah. And I think we'd all agree Carla will probably last longer than him in
True.
those. So
well, that and Carla probably beats him at the end if they go together. So,
yeah, I agree with that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Number 6, right?
Yep.
All right, 6 is Jesse. Like I said earlier, I mean, Jesse has controlled the votes for every vote, but it just doesn't feel like he's in control. It feels like he's being told, and then he does it. Whether it's by his own allies, whether it's voting out his allies, which isn't a good move for him, even though he's in control. Like, just because you're in control, you know, a bad move can still occur when you control it. It's actually probably worse because then it's your fault. I think we can all agree like the Dwight thing was just weird, like very weird. And this last vote, I mean, Janine is fine. That's a fine boot for him. I don't think Janine really wanted to work with him a lot. Although I think they need to start worrying about this Coco tribe because there's 4 of them left. They're pretty strong. And if they're not careful, it's going to end up being, because I mean, right now it's what 3-3-4. That's kind of scary. And right now the Coco tribe for me has a stronghold over the game right now. That they're in the best spots. The only reason I don't have the Cocos at the top of my power rankings is purely because their edits long term have not been as good as the Baka people. So at 6, I do have Jesse, and then at 5, I have Cody.
All right. Well, you know, at 6, I got Jesse, but at 5, I don't got Cody. I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Jesse's just, you know, you're right. Slow down since like the merge and stuff like that. He's kind of been in the driver's seat, but not really. I don't know nothing about him. He's like kind of in the middle.
Yep.
Should I get my 5 as well? I guess since you.
Not if it's, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's not Cody though, so I mean.
Yes.
Okay.
I just do this, guys. Fine.
All right. I got James at 5.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, he's fat. Yeah. So.
We only deliver facts on this podcast.
Okay. just factual evidence. Go ahead, Bear.
All right, 6, I have Noelle. I can see the argument loving her behind James, but yeah, she's just always there in the background. She never seems to be targeted, and there's never been brought up. But we got to get rid of Noelle. They got rid of Dwight, and Noelle seems to be still fine, I guess, even though she was betrayed a little bit.
But it fits in perfectly. Like she hasn't been mentioned, and then like one at like maybe like at 7 or 6, they're like, whoa, like she's about to win the game. Like we haven't even said her name one time, and then she gets blindsided.
Yeah, I can see something like that. Like, oh, remember she only has one leg? Won't that be a great story? And let her out.
Remember? That's funny.
Well, they won't even say that.
I actually, yeah.
Like we'll be like, oh, why'd they vote out for Noelle? It's because they cut all the times in the confessionals. Oh, she has one leg, and that's kind of a big threat. They'll cut that all out. And then at 5, I have Carla. She's playing a good game in terms of not being targeted. If she keeps playing the way she's playing right now, she will make it pretty close to the end, but she will
probably win. Yeah,
I don't know, because if she plays like this the rest of the game, she's gonna be looked at as like, what did you do?
Agree, but like she can say she controlled or was a part of almost every vote. That's what Marianne did, and she won.
No,
hold on.
Can, yeah, for sure.
But but you're right. The difference is like Marianne had that one move against Omar. Carla needs that one giant move if she's gonna play like this. Yeah. I think she doesn't do that. I think she either plays way too passive and loses at the end, or she just plays too much. And I think probably this one is more likely, is that she plays too hard and just like flames out.
She's gonna get closer to the end, and she's at that point she's not eating for a long time. I don't think she's gonna have the energy to make a big move. She'll be like, just get me to the end.
The energy.
Whoever's there, like Sammy, bring me to the end, drive me. And who's gonna vote for that?
That's insane. All right, and then number 4,
my 5.
Oh,
yeah,
you're 5.
You're 4. Never mind. My 5.
Okay, cool. Yeah, James is my 4. We kind of already talked about him. I kind of made my argument for him earlier, so I won't waste any time. Sky.
All right. Well, at my number 4, I got Cody. So I feel like before the merge, like we didn't really see him as a winner. I could actually like maybe see him winning now because he's gotten like a semi different edit ever since the merge. He was actually the one I think that like made the Janine vote happen because I think they're gonna do Ryan, and he was just like, nah, let's just do Janine? Why change it? And they're like, you know what, Cody, you're right. And so
Yeah, I'd credit Cody with Janine's vote up.
yeah. So I think he's actually been playing better. He still hasn't gotten his idol back, or maybe he did and they just didn't show it. I'm not sure. But I feel like he has to make it to like at least the finale episode, right? I don't think really anyone has like really brought up his name ever. They like him a lot, so I think he's staying for a while.
Yeah, it feels weird if they were to because they kind of under-edited him post-merge.
He actually might get screwed though. Maybe in like this next episode if he gets paired with the wrong people. We'll see what happens.
I just think everyone seems to trust Cody. Like everyone.
I also feel like, again, we've seen like at this double boot episode, the people who get those wonky edits, like Tories and Nasir, those are the people that go at these tribals. It's not usually people who get complete edits because they don't want to disappoint the audience too much with such a weird boot.
I'm really trying to think about who would go in these now. That I didn't really put that into my plans.
Definitely like ranking. People like Cassidy. Like Ryan could go.
I would say like Cassidy and Ryan, but they also seem like the two that you might need to grab to protect yourself.
Cassidy,
like,
Ryan,
they're
Owen,
free
James.
agents.
Cassidy, Ryan, Owen, James are the four that I'm looking at with like weird edits.
Yeah, this is also the time where like people on the bottom, like those three, would be able to grab power for a minute and vote someone out. Like, what if all three of those guys are on the same tribe? Right? They could all team together and do something.
But I think Ryan is definitely in huge trouble this episode. And then I think because he's just such an easy boot here.
I could see that, yeah.
And then I think Jesse's fine. He has too many friends. So
he's also got an idol. You play the idol, right?
Yeah. Ryan and Cassidy and Noelle, those are the people that you're worried about here.
Imagine Jesse goes out with 2 idols.
Damn.
Oh my God, bro.
And Cody sitting right next to him. He goes out with his idol.
You suck. Anyways, so yeah. Positivity as always. Did you say your 4? Bitter?
No, my 4 is Cody.
Cool.
He's definitely, I don't know. I'm not loving his edit right now, but he's also being shown constantly, even though he's not doing much. But he is in control though. Like like this would be the Jesse and Cody show at day 1. So that's the only reason that they're not at the top.
Yeah, true. I mean, well, that's the thing is I think they made a mistake. If they have NECA here, they're so set.
No, I think they're a bigger threat if NECA is here at this point.
True.
I think that's the thing.
If they can keep it together, that is such a
strong
strong 3. That is such a strong 3.
Trios
seem
to
lose NECA.
Bring a lot of heat in nowadays. You get 3 people. I think it's too big.
True. I mean, I guess
it's obvious.
It's just like I feel like if they have NECA, then they don't have to blindside Dwight here because they have enough where if they get down to just the Vessi people with like some change. I feel like
in that scenario, who's gone if NECA's here? Noelle?
If NECA's here, who do they blindside it and what, when, where?
Well, what member would they have lost instead of NECA to be at the merge?
Oh, it probably would have been
Noelle, right? Yeah. So let's say so Dwight would have been on the outs probably because he would have felt really on the outs with those 3 together. He probably betrays them really early at the merge.
I disagree. I feel like Dwight and NECA were pretty close, and he sticks with that.
I don't think they were that close.
Disagree, but that's okay.
Because they're black.
Yep, exactly. It's just it's purely racial.
Yeah,
my number 3 is Carla. I've kind of already talked about Carla. I think she's playing good games. She has good winner equity. She's a POC. She's a woman. She kind of has it all going on. The only issue for me, yes, and the only issue for me is just that it's almost too good to be true. Like they're gonna kind of like it's similar to Sham, where like she has all demographics and everything, and she's playing the game, and like it's not a bad game, and like good edit, and it just seems like too good to be true.
Survivor would be rubbing their nipples to Carla winning.
What? I mean, they only named an episode after.
Like Jeff Rose be like rubbing his nipples like at the idea of Carla winning this season.
They've named 2 episodes after. The next episode, what was it called again? Like, what about the big girls or whatever? What was it called? Let me see.
Yeah, what about the big
girls?
And they also named another one after her. It was a bull in a China shop.
Well, that's obviously gonna be a Carla quote. What about the big girls? She's gonna say that.
Oh, definitely.
How is she gonna bring that up though? Like,
yeah, that's so odd.
Like what?
Well, no, they're
what
probably gonna talk about
brought...
like how she's at the bottom or something. Like she's not in power right now. But what about the big girls? Don't forget about them. Something like that. But like it'd be even so funnier if like it's a Sammy. It's like a Sammy quote. It's like,
imagine.
I was gonna vote out Cassidy, but what about the big girls? So I'm voting out Carla.
That'd be so perfect. What's your 3, Sky?
I don't know. Well, I just want to say
You
this.
don't
I hope.
know?
I just want to say if Carla does say it, I guarantee. I really don't like our rapper to be like, oh my god, that scene was so powerful or something like that. But
Well, we gotta think of this.
I feel like
What's
three-
another good scenario where Carla would say that? Her coming into the merge feast. What about the big girls and rubbing her
And
belly?
dive in.
Had to eat all food.
Oh my god, so good. What's your
Alright.
3, Sky?
Carla, speaking of
Okay.
which, she's actually played a pretty good game so far, and I will applaud her for not like being like full on woke or whatever, for not being like, oh
Yeah.
my god, women,
She could be
transgender
worse.
people,
Much worse.
Yeah, she's
Like
a
she
hot.
similar to High, like she's
Yeah.
horrible outside the game, but like she's I can respect that she didn't really go full woke.
Is
Well,
High
she's
terrible
she's
outside the game?
selfish. She wants her game to win. She wants to win. After she loses, she'll be full woke.
I mean, I
She's
disagree.
selfish. She wants to
doesn't-
win. That was a really weird way to word
No.
this
I'm
sentence.
talking about like she doesn't actually care about her ideals, her feminism, and all that stuff. Why
Oh,
she's a chance to
I
win
see,
$1
I
million.
see. I see.
But
Yep,
once
yep,
that
yep.
the option's gone, she'll
Just
go
like High.
back to being
Just like
yep.
High.
Is
just
High
like
like really bad outside the game or something?
Well, as
Oh,
soon
like,
as he got voted out, he was bad. He started
he-
wearing feminism shirts. All
He
that shit.
said no.
Really?
Sky. He said on Twitter that
Oh, I thought you
forget.
was. Oh, my bad. I thought you said Ty. I don't know. I was like really.
Oh no, that's
High,
Ty.
no,
No,
Ty's like
Hi.
whatever. I mean,
Yeah, no. I
Ty's
was
fine.
really confused. I was like, no, High. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's
yeah,
bad.
he's talking about
Like
how like everybody's secretly gay or some stupid shit like that. Oh, it's so stupid.
Mm.
He's
no,
always been
you
terrible on
are
Twitter.
like you are, bro. Like I'm sorry. Like it's okay. Like it's okay.
But even
Yeah,
in the
so-
game though, like immediately once Hyde's voted out, he turns into like that activist asshole. Even in the
True.
game.
I'm pretty
Damn.
bitter.
I see Carla's the same. My 3
Yep.
is you guys might disagree. Jesse is at 3. And I'm just doing this because on paper, this guy's got 2 idols. He's been in control of the first 3 votes, right?
But
And
Drea was great on paper too last season. On
That's
top of that,
That's
and on top of that, hold on. And on top of that, she was better because she was black and a woman. And even then, she still lost. She still
On top of that,
lost,
she was
so-
better because she was black.
I mean, Jesse does
Well,
have
no.
the minority thing going for him, and he
Well,
was a
no,
former.
but I'm saying like Jesse's like the worse version of Drea, and Drea gets voted out. So I really don't buy like the whole you have all these advantages, so you're straight. Like,
I hope Jesse says he also has a Drea moment where he's like, "Do not vote me out. That'll be the 3rd black person in a row," and everyone just looks down. What?
the 3rd black person. Imagine he said that.
Jesse says that.
Oh,
He
dude,
would
I'm
get
doing that if
flamed
I get
so
on
hard,
Survivor.
bro.
Imagine if
You get
Sammy
flamed.
says that shit, dude.
Just be like the
Ah,
whitest white
The
guy out
bro
there.
would flame the hell out of him, bro. The
Sammy
white bro.
says, "Hey, yo, that'd be 3 black people in a row, man. I can't do this anymore."
No, yeah,
He's like-
no, like you guys can't vote me out.
Sammy
That'd be the
could probably
3rd black
pass for
person. in a
black.
row.
Like
I
like,
identify as a
sorry.
black person.
Yeah, no.
So
Sammy
you
could
can't vote me
probably.
out.
Yep.
Yeah, Sammy.
What do you
yeah,
guys?
Sammy could.
We got 1 and 2, right?
I don't know.
Yep,
Sam would
one and
definitely
two.
say some shit like the hood loves me.
Yep.
Or
I
something
think we
like
all
that,
have
but
the
I'm
same
sure.
1 and 2, and that's 1 Sammy, 2 Owen. Again, I
Oh
just,
wow, yeah, I'm surprised we all own it too.
yeah, I
up
know.
there.
Well, I
You
mean,
better
it's
saw
just
that
because
come in.
Sammy, like again, Sammy's edit is better, and for me, like you can look at the game, but I think the edit does in the end come first. Like Owen maybe like have a less target, he may be in a better spot as far as making a move, but in the end, we're seeing Sammy and we're not seeing Owen as much, and that is the most important thing as far as deciding who goes up. But as far as deciding why they're both here, they have the most, I think, longevity in their edits. On top of that, they have the most choices in the game, whether they're not fully in on that bottom dwellers like 4 alliance. Well, I guess now 3, but they also have choices to kind of flip over into that strong 7. They can always throw Gabler under the bus or use him as a goat. They just have options, unlike Carla and James and Cody and Jesse, the other quote unquote power players in the game. They have more options.
I agree with basically everything you said there. I mean, there's nothing really else to
and
say.
then- Yeah, no, bitter.
Yeah, so the state we all have Sammy 1, Owen 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so Owen's really my backup pick. Like Sammy does get taken out, Owen would then take the
Switch
role
over.
of
Yep.
the big player, which we've all been saying, right? It's
Yep.
Owen can't win if Sammy's there, but if Sammy goes, Owen can win. So that makes sense for
Yep.
1 and 2.
Agreed.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah,
All right. Do you guys have any closing statements about this post merge? How it's going? What you guys are scared of? What you guys want to see? Bitter.
What I want to see 3 more women get voted out. That'd be pretty awesome. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
base. This season's gonna be very based. The people on Twitter are already freaking out that there's only 3 left.
Only
That's
3.
hilarious.
Oh
They're
yeah,
going
there was
nuts.
one.
It is funny though to watch the people on Twitter because they're always like berating other people and bullying and doing all this stuff. It's so funny to watch them like just get a taste of their own medicine and be so scared and oh my god, no, they cannot be like. It's so funny. Oh
It's
my God, it's
happening,
so perfect.
and
This
you
is for
can't
all the
stop
people.
it.
All the people who were like, "Oh, you guys must be really hate that Marianne and who's Erica won. Oh, you
Yeah, I
guys
do
must
hate
be
that.
seething." It's like, oh, you guys aren't seething that there's only 3 women left this season.
It's like you must be
Watch
seething
them
about
be the
that.
final
Like, you
3,
loser.
bro. I swear.
Like,
What's going on over there in the Skylander universe?
Everything. I'm working on
Mm.
2 videos right now.
God
Hopefully, I can
darn.
get
Shit,
one of
that's
them
cool.
out by
That's
Thanksgiving.
more than one.
Yeah, so stay tuned, bro. That's what I'm
Stay
saying.
tuned.
You
Go
gotta
subscribe to this
stay.
channel.
You
Bitter.
gotta stay informed.
Yes, stay informed. Bitter.
That's really it. That's it. I'm just laughing at Twitter.
Okay,
You should
cool.
make, like, a
Bitter's
Twitter
laughing at
review
Twitter,
video,
and he's
you know what
on
I'm
the
saying?
podcast. That's all you can really ask. Guys, watch this podcast, or not watch, listen to this podcast as well as the live recap shows in podcast form on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Podcast, wherever you get the podcast. It's going to be there. Look up Survivor Spencer or check the link out in the description. As always, none of this happens without you guys. I'm sure you guys being a weird microphone. And that's all. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.